Welcome to the Tez Down Podcast. We're going to do a lovely rundown today. Good looking out, Souls Thought. 333 in the chat, Souls of Thought. Thank you for stopping in already. We're going to get it going. Today's show is going to be kind of interesting. We're going to be a little bit all over the place. I'm a little bit under the weather, so my tone and my pitch might be a little bit off. But you know what? We got to keep going. We got to keep going. So we're going to start off. Sorry about the throw, y'all. Go keep it going. So the topic of conversation we're going to start with are the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears. What's up, Soft Frank? How you doing? Welcome to the Test Down Show for today. But yeah, these Chicago Bears. After last night's game, if you're even a little bit of a Bears fan, I need to start the show off with a little bit of a different tone. So we're going to do something that we like to do, and that's completely ignore what actually happened.
Bears in Arlington Heights are getting ready to get started on building a new stadium.
But before they can break ground, they need Springfield lawmakers to pass a stadium bill. And as Patrick Elwood reports, it's tough figuring out the odds on that happening this fall.
Arlington Heights, the old racetrack, is now long gone. And if the Bears have their way, they'll begin building a domed stadium that'll be the envy of football fans across the NFL and the pride and joy of area residents, too. At Reps Place in neighboring Rolling Meadows, they are pumped up about their team.
If they can get anything to protect Caleb.
So what's going on here? I'm going to break it to everybody that doesn't really understand what's going on here. Chicago Bears have been fighting with the city of Chicago for the last couple of years about building a new stadium. They have a stadium leased right now, as you're well aware of, that they are in Soldier Field. They bought this plot of land that was a racetrack in neighboring Arlington Heights, and they want to build a sports complex on it, like a huge sports complex. We're talking about nightlife, all the stores, huge practice fields, things they can do and use the stadium and other things that are outside of just Bears games on Sunday. They're trying to make this a year-round, event place. They have the money to do it too. They're not being state funded. They've raised a bunch of funds to be able to do this. The only thing stopping them is the city of Arlington Heights hasn't exactly cleared them to build a stadium there or an entertainment district. They have to rezone a whole bunch of things. And their contract with the city of Chicago for Soldier Field that they've been in for the last 50 plus years. So it's an interesting set of things. Right before the game, the general manager and the president came out with a statement announcing that they were going to move the Chicago Bears regardless of not having a permit, regardless of still having a contract at Soldier Field. And a lot of fans in Chicago aren't very happy about it. People of Arlington Heights are happy. The bar owners are happy, as you can see. I'll play a little bit of that.
He's got lots of weapons.
And the prospect of those new stadium digs. Jason Toulos lives in downtown Arlington Heights.
I'm totally excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great thing for the local economy and the area in general.
This is the video that they played before the game, y'all.
After advocating for a redevelopment of the museum campus and Soldier Field in the spring of April 2024, with a high-profile public pitch, with Mayor Brandon Johnson even backing what the team was asking for, that taxpayers pick up around $2.4 billion of the total $4.75 billion development. But essentially, that plan was dead on arrival soon after, with state legislators and the governor declaring they would not go along with public money being spent to subsidize one of the NFL's most profitable franchises.
We are still extremely focused on Arlington Heights, on building our stadium there.
So the Bears pivoted back to the northwest suburb, announcing in early August Arlington Heights would be best overall. The team recently releasing these renderings from architecture firm Hart Howerton on what that new stadium would look like, as well as the development of nearby mixed-use campus of restaurants, retail, and other amenities. So, what's next?
They have decided.
So if y'all didn't see what's going on here, everyone has taken the Wrigleyville idea and tried to incorporate it, but they want to control it and not have it be an organic process, because that would literally make a team a whole lot of money. They do it in St. Louis. In St. Louis, if you ever been to the new Busch Stadium, you will notice that it is centered around entertainment. It's an entertainment district. Even when the Cardinals aren't playing, all the clubs are open, all the bars are open. You know, the indoor sports book is open. You know, all of that is going on there, and they were able to capitalize on it. They even made the bleachers out and left look like Wrigley's rooftops. So it's been an actual money grab, but from a financial standpoint, it makes more sense to be able to control what money is going into your franchise. Like, this could triple the income of this franchise.
On broadly the costs associated with it.
Sports marketing consultant Mark Gannis explains moving forward hinges on the infrastructure around the stadium and the state giving a property tax break.
Most importantly, that the Bears will pay for the entirety of the stadium without looking for public sector assistance to pay for the stadium. What is unknown at this stage is how will the infrastructure associated with the stadium be paid for, and what kind of property tax caps, maximums there might be associated with the stadium itself.
That matter is going to be voted on in the upcoming legislative session in Springfield in October. Bears Chairman George McCaskey recently saying any further delays would be costly.
This project can be transformative. The concern is that delay means greater expense. And it also means that we're missing out on another round of assignment of major events.
Major events such as concerts, an NCAA basketball tournament perhaps, and a potential Super Bowl, all of which the Bears would, as stadium owners, tap into a major source of big-time revenue, not to mention concessions and parking. But Arlington Heights Chamber of Commerce Executive Director John Ridler is quick to add that a rising tide lifts all boats. Chamber also advocates for small businesses in Rolling Meadows and Palatine.
They're going to have a great opportunity to support local businesses instead of just large.
Yeah, see what's going on here, and I'm going to go out on the limb and say it. Allegedly, what's going on here is how you create and generate wealth in a certain area. So the property taxes on these houses are going to go up. The value of the houses, the businesses, the commercial real estate is all going to go up. This is a huge boost for the economy in that area. So yeah, the city of Chicago won't really be hurt, to be honest, by the loss of the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. Only for 8 weeks out of the year, plus whatever smaller events they have there. But if Soldier Field stays up, it still would be a concert venue. It still would be a place for all the other sports that go and play there. I'm just not sure the without the Chicago Bears, maintaining the facility, that it would have the same allure. The city of Chicago would end up taking on that stadium and primarily all of its functions. So the city of Chicago obviously doesn't want to pay for that or be a part of it. But at the same time, this is a very interesting prospect for all of the people that live in those surrounding communities. They would stand to make. Actually, some of them would become millionaires if they weren't before, just off the Chicago Bears moving there, and the property values that would go up. You have a house that's $250 and it's now $450, $550 even. Like the real estate agencies are going to go crazy over this if this actually happens. Yeah, the property values went up just because the Bears bought that old race course. But you know what? The Chicago Bears, they care way more about making money than they do about winning, and it's pretty obvious because they can't seem to put together a winning anything lately at all. And they're mad because, people like me who were huge fans of theirs, wanted to sit there and be on the rosters forever and all of that and try to volunteer even when they're not on it and stuff like that. But you know what? We got smart. We learned. We leaned into our secondary and our tertiary teams, that we're having a much better time being fans of other teams and just being realistic about the Chicago Bears. And we're gonna show you guys what happened last night. First, we're gonna show you the end of that one, and then we'll talk about it. How about that? You guys want to do that? I want to do that. And then since it's it's the Tez Down show, I think we have to run it down.
Short of first down yard.
I'm gonna take away all the sound on it.
30
though.
still.
I'm gonna keep you guys for real. I'm gonna take away all the sound on it. You guys
Take
have
over at their own
sound.
30 still.
Dang it! Why is it doing that? It doesn't want me to. It's trying to give you guys a
With
preview. and we're
Komet,
gonna
the
do it later.
closest one to it.
There we go. I don't need Joe Buck in my business. All right, so we're watching the end of this. For those of you that missed it, we're going to see exactly what went down, how they lost their lead, and got sliced and diced by a rookie quarterback. Oh, yeah. Man, this is nuts. Look at how he's walking them down. I'll tell you guys straight up. I didn't have any faith in the Chicago Bears before the season started. I don't have any faith in Chicago Bears now. Did I feel like they had some flashes in the pan of greatness? Yeah, they did. They had some flashes in the pan of greatness. But that's it. Just flashes in the pan. It was nothing substantial. And I think that we're going to keep on going to see what Coach JB had to say about this. Because Coach JB had an interesting take today. I didn't watch all of it, but I'll be about to.
You'll agree. You'll still know. I'll choke you out still from grown man training.
Well, just mentality-wise,
You're
you know,
learning. You're
my
learning.
mentality's so crazy, but you do have more grown strength.
Yeah, you're learning. You're learning like it's real thing. Like you don't got to work out no more when you hit that grown man. It's just a different strength. It's like that heavy.
Grown man strength is different. If y'all don't know any grown men, go ask them. Go ask them. They'll tell you.
It's like the heavy bag. It's like hitting a heavy bag.
The
Like,
other day, I was just curious, and I put 300 on the bar. And I was like, "Oh shoot, I ain't did it in a long time." I
right,
just threw it
yeah,
up there like
easy.
that.
Yeah, I did 315 the other day, like nothing.
Yeah. I did 330 after that. I was like, "Hey, okay, I'm still the same guy." I was like, "That's crazy."
Then I was like, damn, could I hit my max at 365 still when I played? And I was like, boom, easy, 365. So
it's
it's like,
funny, I had the same.
You're not
like,
hitting your max,
revelation. I was
though.
like,
You're not hitting your max,
405
though.
today? I
No.
was like, let's just do it.
You
And
definitely
I
not.
did that. I was like, wow.
Not after sitting
yeah,
still.
my arms are way longer though. But anyway, put it in context. We got a lot going on today. Whole question, Smitty, is Caleb Williams a bust?
Is he?
He ain't. I ain't gonna call him a bust, but he is a bus rider, meaning he can't lead your team, homie.
Also, you've officially off the bandwagon today.
Not a bust. He's just a bus rider, meaning he can be a piece of the puzzle of a winning team, but he needs like the perfect situation around him.
Different poll question. Is he gay?
Why?
See, think about that question. That makes it a little complicated.
Yo. Did he really need to ask that question? That ain't got nothing to do with football. That right? Right? That has nothing to do with football, right? I'm gonna let him cook though.
What?
One, I don't know him personally. Two, I don't know his dating history or dating life. I don't know who he's with. Three, I don't see the direct correlation to that lifestyle and the performance on the field last night. So I'm trying to find a way to connect the dots, and just my brain is so micro right now that I'm not connecting those.
Why
dots.
are you doing this, JB?
Let me read you a couple texts. Can I read you a couple texts last night that I was receiving from some very popular, famous people? I just can't believe we're in an era where QBs are painting their nails in the NFL. What the fuck is football become? I said, I don't know, man. Jesus.
I mean, is it an outdated take, y'all? Is it an outdated take, or is it like some real stuff? Like, you're supposed to be gritty. You're supposed to be what, right? As far as this, but man, as the old saying that if you are the man, you can do whatever you want. But if you're not the man, you got to get to be the man. And to be the man, you have to beat the man. They're not beating anybody right now. They've lost 11 of their last 12 games. They lost, I think, the last 7 games, seven of their last 8 at home. So you don't even feel like Soldier Field is your home because you never win there. You never win there. Would I paint my nails in this era? No. No, there was one small era where I wore the black on one hand That was for a different reason, though. I was on a mission. And let's just say I won, and then that was never a thing again. That was never a thing again after I won. But they were all black, and that was, like I said, it was a mission I was on. I was on some conquest type stuff, like all types of weird intimidation. It wasn't even glossy. It was, like it's like you got the dirt under your nails type. You know what I'm saying? Not crazy colors with sayings on them and rhinestones. And no, we ain't. No, I'm not rhinestone in my nails. Not even during that era. No, not doing it. Nope. See a little bit more from Coach JB before we move on.
There's no way he wins, right? It's just so fucking weird, man. His undershirt alone is irking the fuck out of me. Looks nothing like his team, and his nails are not even painted Bears colors. Continue.
Whoever texts you basically saying, if you're gonna paint them, at least
paint them Bears colors. At least paint them Bears
at bare
colors.
minimum.
Yeah.
Make them orange and blue, and I can at least have an understanding of why.
And the undershirt actually pissed him off, homie. So then I said, fuck, he's gay.
Oh man, fuck.
Damn.
He said
the views of the JB show do not necessarily reflect the views and thoughts of the Test Down podcast. All things that we're supposed to hear in reviewing are for content creation and entertainment purposes. Yes, I said entertainment. Should I even let him keep going? Yeah. We like a train wreck.
No question at all.
Like no debate.
And then he just ends it with, God, he's a bitch. So anyway, moving on.
We lost every sponsor right there.
The community is not very happy with the guy. I'm just telling you. He played like it, Smitty. I'm gonna be honest. He played like it. I mean, this is just casual. This is you're late throwing this right here, Smitty, when you don't see nothing. When you cannot see the field, don't process what's happening, and you're looking at the rush and other things. You're not seeing the field. That's what these throws are. And I'm not going to just point two bad throws and say, oh, that's him in a nutshell. I watched the game in totality. JJ was horrific, too. I was pointing both of them out. I'll text Sean.
Too late.
Yeah, late. That's why I said it in the lead, and I contribute that to Kevin O'Connell, getting him under center, throwing the ball under center, 3-step quick game, getting it out, got him in a little bit of a rhythm. Finally,
confidence going. You can see.
I think I can pause on them, and give you my breakdown of what was going on here. Number one, I do believe that I saw a lot of talent last night with Caleb Williams, but I also saw a whole lot of mistakes that he shouldn't be making right now at this level, not being the number one overall pick, not being as touted as he was, generational talent. You can't teach this thing. All of that stuff that went on when they drafted this man and let go of Justin Fields. Ultimately, I had to agree that you had to have drafted Caleb Williams because of what was being said about him and the fact that, with that regime, you could not get the best out of Justin Fields. Justin Fields is doing a great job where he's at right now. I thought he did a great job last year. We've only seen one game of Justin Fields, but he looked good in the preseason. He looked good in game one. You got to give him a little bit of grace there and let us see what he's going to do, especially with a team like the Jets. Especially with a team like the Jets against a team like the Steelers, who are historically much better than the Jets, especially in the modern era. I want to pivot here and say, look, I'm not sold on Caleb, but I'm also not discounting Caleb either. I need to see a little bit more. That was game one with Ben Johnson. They got to fix the problems that they made. They beat themselves last night. They did not get beaten by the Minnesota Vikings as much as everybody wants to talk about. JJ McCarthy did great, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he did, but once again, not until the end of the game. So I got to see more out of this. But if they start off 0-3, there's going to be a lot of problems in Chicago. It's going to be a lot of problems in Chicago. So I think that's enough on Bears coverage for today. That wasn't really the best Monday Night Football game that we could have gotten. And I think we're going to move forward to a topic of conversation that has been prevalent over the last couple of weeks. we covered it. The Classic Codes cover it. Conversations with Soft Rain and Souls of Thought and Uncle Plug covered it on No Middleman podcast. It was also covered on a couple of other additional ones that we looked at. Anti-Daniels. I gotta say, this Brittany Renner situation in PJ Washington is a really bad look for parents, especially single parents on both ends. It's a really bad look for them. I'm not totally against what PJ Washington on his end, what he did. Not totally against it because you can only push a man so many times before he pushes back a little bit. He didn't put his hands on her. If you guys aren't familiar with the story, he did not put his hands on her. She was going crazy on him. And now she's doing a podcast, getting interviewed by one of the most notorious far right red pillars on earth. And for content creation purposes, we're going to see what he has to say. We're not one of those groups of people that's going to be like, oh, everything he says is terrible. No, I'm going to see what this interview is all about. You didn't miss too much, just a bunch of Bears dribble right now. But what we're about to get into is Andrew Tate interviewing Brittany Renner about the situation with PJ Washington. And I haven't watched it yet. We're going to get this together. And I'm keeping the comments right up top. So y'all flood me with comments while it's going on. Don't just watch this one.
The reality is, if I would have gotten married and did everything right and did everything the moral way, right? Guess what? All I would have on top of what I'm going through with child support is alimony. So I'm still in the courts fighting whether I'm married or whether I'm not. So that I get what you're saying because hey, you at least get the commitment to maybe back up that he's going to be there, but it doesn't ensure anything.
Let's analyze that point. And first thing, back to the child support thing. What's actually interesting to talk about is there's a lot of countries in the world where there is no child support system and it functions, right? So you have to, if you want to pay attention to actually, learn about society as a whole, it's very interesting to study all the different societies and economies in which there is no child support and children don't die. I mean, people get divorced and they still find a way to function. And it's interesting. And it's a very long conversation because it extrapolates about how the whole society works as a whole. That's the first point. Second thing, I'll actually sit here and argue the point that I don't think any man really ever wants to get married. I think that women convince them to get married. And I think that any woman who is genuinely serious about convincing her man to get married could do it.
Are y'all right about this? I mean, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that this is a accurate hypothesis, theory, that men don't want to get married? I think that's false. I think men do want to get married, and I don't think that they're getting convinced to get married. I think they actually want to be married. I do. I mean, that's just the first question that was posed, and I'm the first one to answer. I do think that men want to get married, so I don't think that they're getting tricked into it every time. Does it happen sometimes? I'm sure it does, but I don't think that men are being tricked into being or convinced to being married. I think there are men who genuinely want to be married. I can say that. I can say I was definitely one of them. I genuinely, when I was in a position to marry, I was genuinely wanted to marry. Before I was in a position to marry, when I was a kid, I wanted to marry. I had a whole thing in my head planned. I have 18 kids. No, not 18, but a bunch. I want to have a bunch of kids. Big old house, bunch of kids. That's how everybody in my family did it for the most part. Big old house, bunch of kids.
I don't think in the modern world, at least, men wake up and go, can't wait to get married. But what they do is they get a chick who's so good and ticks so many boxes and makes them so happy. And she'll sit there and say, you know what? It would mean the world to me. Please. And he'll go, oh, for fuck's sake. All right, then. And that's what happens. So I still think you can convince 99.9% of men to marry you. The point I was making is the society isn't convincing the man to marry you. It's not like it used to be where the man believed he had to be married. Society's done the opposite. So it's your job as a woman to make it clear to him that it is worthwhile. Once again, how would you convince a man it's worthwhile for him to say, that's my wife? Status. That's how you do it. This is a misunderstood hack to men as a whole, is status. If you can convince that man, but by marrying you, his status will increase amongst his peers, he's going to do it. And for anyone out here who disagrees with me, the things men do for status, let's actually analyze how
Men will get married for status. They will. They will. I don't think I don't think that's arguable. I think it's been happening for centuries.
How baseline men are. What is status? Status is respect, right? Men kill over respect. Men, gangs kill each other over respect. A man will smash another man's face in for insulting him. We will die for respect and status. You tell me we won't get married? We'll die for we'll go to the front line of a war, and the only reason we don't walk away and abandon our post as artillery shells rain is because we're afraid of being mocked for being a coward. We'll die for status. So status is what it's all about. It's what it's always been about. If you want a man to marry you, status. And it's the same thing with nearly anything you want to do with a man. I don't know anything about your personal life. I'll be honest. I don't know, right? But I'll tell you this now. If this dude, this NBA player, believed that he would be higher respected amongst his peers and amongst society for taking care of you properly, that's what he'd fucking do. He doesn't feel that because either he's rolling with the wrong people or you've pissed him off in a way or something public's happened. I don't have a clue. But something's happened where he feels like if I take care of her, I'll look like a bitch. That's what he's scared of.
If y'all know anything about Brittany Renner, everything's public.
Versed, he had no problem giving you money because that's how men function. I'm telling you right now, as a man, I'm telling you what I would do. If I had a chick with a woman, right? And she went on the news, top G's this and fucking, like I said, I have no idea what you've done, but I'm just giving my personal.
Soft Ray posed the question, is a man more respectable if he's married? In many societies, yes. I'd hazard a guess to say most societies, yes. If a man is married, it adds allure to him. That's why you saw many presidents married or get married publicly back in the day. You know, I kind of say that I'm gonna say yeah. If a man immediately gains a certain amount of status just by having a good wife, having a respectable wife, having a wife that other people see as, you know, a prize. I do believe that. I do believe that men are more respectable if they're married. That's not saying they're less respectable by not being married. It's just saying that, you know, being married adds a little bit, you know, puts another little, you know, bar on your chest. Especially if she's a good wife.
Well, made up scenario.
Oh, yeah.
She would go on the news, top G's this, and he fucking lied to me. He's a piece of shit. Da, da, da. And then I bought her a Bentley. Women's were like, well, look, she insults Top G. She insults him, and he's a simp. Da, da, da. But if she was like, you know what? He's misunderstood. He's a good guy. It just didn't work out. Boom, boom, boom. I'd bet she'd be in a mansion, right? And would that be me being a nice guy, caring about her? Or let's be honest, would it be me being a selfish piece of shit dude and saying, what makes me look better? Men are all about status. Is how we function. It's how we function as a whole. So society, this is where it extrapolates and gets interesting. When society with this new think has destroyed all of the baseline humanities and baseline understandings of how men interact with women. And now all the things we previously understood about what made a good man, what made a good woman, and how we should act together and how we should interact has been erased. Of course, men are acting like dickheads, and of course, women are doing wrong things because nothing makes sense anymore. You've taken the chessboard and moved all the fucking pieces around. Nobody gets it. It should be very simple. I'm a man. I work hard. I take care of my woman. I'm the man of the house. She treats me with respect. She would never insult me or raise her voice to me in front of other people. She's a problem. She brings it to me in private. We act as a team. We work together. If we break up, she was a good woman to me. She fulfilled her roles the best she possibly could. I'm still a man. I'm going to take care of her. But all of that is gone.
Wait a minute. So I don't watch this guy. I'm going to tell you all this right now. Valuation? Explain a little bit. Explain what you mean by valuation. I'm going to make my statement, and it might be a little bit controversial. I don't follow this man. I don't watch his content. I don't know exactly what he's about. But he's another one that I've seen a lot of hate for on the internet. And I know that there are some things that he's done, apparently, but yet he's free to do stuff like this. I don't know what's going on with that. That's not what we're talking about today. What we are talking about is that statement wrong? Is it wrong to say that it's simple? I'm a man. I take care of my woman. I take care of my family. I take care of my house. I'm the head of the house. We don't disagree in public. She doesn't raise her voice to me in public. Are those wrong? Are those wrong principles to believe in? Does a man's value increase if he is married? To the elites, yes. I have seen this in person. To the elites, yes, your value does go up by having a good wife, a good, respectable wife. Like I said, it's just like having one of the best trophies. And I hate to say that. That's where the term trophy wife came from. But we're honest on this show. Brutally honest, understandably. It should be that simple, but it's not. Okay, so you're saying that you don't disagree with what this Mr. Tate is saying. I'm going to call him that so I don't get flagged, because that's not what we're trying to do today. But yes, it should be that simple, but it's not. I don't know. I mean, I have an idea, but I can't poke holes in that. What he just said, what that part that he just said, I can't poke any holes in. We got a minute left of this. Let's see what's going on.
It's gone, all of it, and it's gone because of all the ideas we were discussing earlier: the feminism, the new age bullshit, the fucking dudes left and right and center. That all these things, all these baseline things have eroded society to the point where now you have men ignoring their paternal instinct. You have men who will sit there and go, "That's my child, but I fuck her." That.
We asked the question the other day about, can you love the other person or your child? Can you love your child if you hate the other person? I mean, this goes right into that, doesn't it?
It's actually a massive observation to make about how fucked up society is, and it shouldn't be that way, because men in a lot of the world are not like that. And so you have to look at all these small things. The small things we talk about, it's no big deal. She goes on boats in Miami. It's no big deal. It is a big deal, because now that dude ain't going to want to fucking pay child support because you were on those fucking boats with the other team.
And the thing
That's
is
just a game.
do you think that men...
That was well said, Sagittarius.
So we're going to stop that one there. I do not want to play any more of that podcast for multiple reasons. There's some very controversial figures on there, and that's not what we came to the show today for. But what I will say is pretty simple, and I definitely can say this one. I don't think Brittany Renner was expecting to hear that. I don't think that she had. If she did have a valid argument, I guess we'll check it and see it somewhere else. Facts. That's the F-bomb I'm dropping. Facts. And I do think that he made a lot of common sense and a lot of points there that actually make sense. If society is built one way and you start to erode it, it's only going to crumble. But this isn't about society. This is literally about an ex treating this guy the way that he treated her and treated him, and him clapping back, and then him not wanting to support the ex, but take care of his child. I mean, he is remarried. We've already covered this, guys. I think it's time to move on.
All right, y'all. We moving into the code language conversation. The code language today is...
Today, we got a code language. I'm not sure that I saw this one, but this code language is going to be from the classic codes. If y'all haven't went over and checked out the classic codes, go over and check out the classic codes. That man is over there doing the Lord's work over there in a lot of cases, educating you in ways that your school didn't educate you, talking about things and having the conversations that most men only have in private. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I think that with the way that the world is today, some of these conversations need to move away from privacy and they need to move back to the forefront. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to listen to what he got to say. Let's bring him to the stage.
Going to be on the term subdued. All right. So we're going to talk about the term subdued. The term subdued, it means quiet and rather reflective or depressed. Definition number 2, soft and restrained. So the first definition of subdued is an adjective of a person or their manner, quiet and rather reflective or depressed. Number 2, of color or lighting, soft and restrained. So when we think about it by the book definition, right? Subdued, quiet and rather reflective or depressed. After all the rhetoric that all the rhetoric in this whole diatribe that I just went on, I think it's fair to say that the state of the Western American that doesn't live in some form of relative financial freedom is subdued. Relatively reflective, depressed, I'd say so. I mean, after all, most people are taught to wake up every day thinking about the stuff they don't have. Need for more, hustle, rush, work until you can get off work to try to get to your next rest or your next reprieve. Right? Think about it. I would say most of the West, I would say most Americans are subdued. And then even with the second definition of being soft and restrained, even though it's supposed to refer to color or lighting, I'd refer us to that too. Soft, restrained. Massa got a good enough chunk of us, still sleeping comfortably, voluntarily in the slave quarters. I'd say largely as human beings, we've been subdued. We got, and this in my own family, this in my own space, my own network. We got folks that are devout religious folks, or so they say, devout religious folks that I know for a fact vote against their God. That gotta have you fucked up. Y'all don't want to talk about it, but I know how to say it. Y'all don't want to talk about it, but I know how to say it. You got folks that's devout religious folks. You believe in Jesus all day long, up and down. You pray 10 times a day. You in a constant conversation with the Lord. Hallelujah. Amen. But you voted Democrat, didn't you? You voted for them folks to be able to keep putting them vacuum cleaners on them babies. And you voted for these boys to keep marrying boys. And you voted for them to go adopt little boys too. And for them to go adopt little girls too. You voted for that. And you know your Lord, your Savior ain't with that.
So basically, code language was subdued. Anytime you're being suppressed in a way, but also allowing it. You're allowing it. Most of the time you could be subdued after putting up a fight. But right now, I think it's just, constant subjugation. Y'all check that one out. Subjugation. Thank you to the Classic Codes for giving us some code language for today. I want you guys to understand that no matter what you believe in, if you're voting against what you say your morals and your values are, then you're going to have issues. If you're a hypocrite when you do that. All he's saying here is whatever you believe in, you need to support what you believe in. Because if you don't support what you believe in, then you're basically giving them a free victory. So it's about that time. It's about that time. We're going to go to our random video of the day, y'all. Like I said, I don't have too much in me today. I'm a little bit under the weather and I got to take some meds. But I wasn't going to skip out on seeing all of y'all out here on the Test Down podcast. Let's go. Which one are we going to pick today? Okay. This is something crazy. And I don't know. Oh, man. All right.
I wasn't even gonna do this, but you know what? Might as well. The motherfucker ain't shit anyway, so I'm about to air it out. I'm about to air every fucking thing out. So story time about how Mr. You about to lose your job, Julius, was cheating on me for the past 3 years out of the 4 years that we were together. Oh, and for the people that are like, oh no, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. Oh, please believe I have his whole confession on tape, and please believe I'm gonna put it in this video. So this motherfucking bitch got caught living a double life with 2 different women in 2 different states. Now, mind you, me and the girl, hey baby, me and her cool. I ain't even got no problem with her because we both were trading stories. So if you see this, hey baby. Either way. So yeah, we were together in 2020. That's when we got together. Everybody saw it. It was a whole thing. So apparently he met this girl in 2021 at a club, and you know, whatever, they started a thing, and then they had sex. Okay, they had sex or whatever, and so she eventually finds out about me. So she finds out about me, and mind you, I know nothing about her. I know nothing. He's still coming back and forth as if, you know, nothing's changed. It's just me and him. So we went to New Orleans in November of 2022.
I'm gonna start in already. It sounds to me. So it looks like I missed a lot of my service out. I don't think men desire marriage in today's society. we go talk to souls. Looks hey, okay, that one came up twice. I feel we're seeking a life partner who will ride for us no matter what. I feel the law has tainted marriage. I feel that too. I feel like the law has tainted marriage. Can't argue with that one bit, souls. This girl, so just to catch y'all up on this real quick, real short recap from what I was able to take for it. She met a dude. She started dating a dude. He was dating other people. He was going back and forth from place to place. The other girl knew about it, didn't care. This girl knew about it. She wants main girl energy. Is it normal for this to happen? Do y'all think this happens? Do y'all think this happens more often than not, that a man will have, you know, another relationship, a real relationship, fully fledged relationship in another state and or country if he has the means? Is this normal? What do y'all think?
With my family, and one day we got real drunk when we was down there, and then I come in the bathroom and I hear him on the phone in the middle of the night talking about how he missed her and all this, that, and the third. And so I immediately got mad, like, who the fuck are you talking to? Because that's not your mama. And so he was like, oh, that's my sister, my friend. I met.
Do y'all think that she really talked to him like that? Okay, I'm stealing this one. 333 in the chat if y'all think she really talks to him like that. You know, all the F-bombs and what you doing and who's that on the phone and let me see that. Y'all think that she really did all that? Give me 333s in the chat. Yeah, Soul said yes. Yes, she did. She did really talk to him like that. Sovereign said, yeah, she really did talk to him like that. You know, Soul said yes. Again, 333 souls. She really does talk to him like that. Do you think that her talking to him like this, whenever she has any minor inconvenience without knowing the truth or anything, do you think that's the reason why he's stepping out? So Ray said that's the reason why he stepped out, because she talked like that. She talked like Glorilla. Glorilla's single too, y'all remember.
Her years ago, you know, way before me and you. It was nothing between me and her. I just have somebody I can confide in. And I was like, okay, you know, because I got brothers that I can confide in or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. So then he introduces us together. Y'all had us on the motherfucking phone talking and everything. And she finds out about me. Mind you, she finds out about me, and he told her, they had a whole agreement that, look, we just gonna be friends. What we did was a, you know, one-time thing, blah, blah, blah. Had it making it seem like, you know, it was just that was it. So
hold on. So what I see and what I gather from this already, the side chick was cool with it. Side chick didn't care. The side chick was like, yeah, you know, you can have your girlfriend over there. When you come over here, we do what we do. It's cool. I'll be there, your emotional support blanket, whatever. Whenever she pisses you off, go ahead and book yourself a flight. Come on down here. She met the girl, though. That's what's crazy. She just said she met her. He introduced him on the phone. He's like, hey, come on, baby, meet my homegirl. A man doesn't want to be spoken to in that way. No, the F we don't. First of all, I'm trying my best to be as stoic as possible. But the minute that this space comes on and somebody talking like that, even if it's not to me, it's not about to be a fun time for the next 20, 30 minutes. And she probably never going to talk to me again, ever. Ever. He was very truthful. Yeah, we got to keep going. We got to keep going because this sounded like a sob story at first. And now I'm over here changing my opinion on what's going on.
Me and her cool. We on the phone, hey, whatever. And so a year later, November again of 2023, I'm laying on him, and he looks at his phone. And so I look at his phone and I see her text him and said, "Hey, I made it home, baby cakes." So I was like, why the fuck is she calling you baby cakes if y'all are friends? My brothers and sisters.
Girl, why is you looking at his phone? You are doing this to yourself. He's not even hiding it no more.
Whatever, they don't call me no shit like that, bro. What the fuck? And so he was like, "Oh, it's just a pet name." I said, "Well, I don't like that." And then he ended up confessing that he did have sex with her, but it was a year. It was like years before. And I said, "So you lied to me a whole year and had me and this girl in each other's faces, and you lied to me for a whole year, knowing that you had sex with her while like a while back." And he was like, "Yeah." So I broke up with him then, but then we ended up getting right back together, bro. And so we got right back together, and then he ends up. I told him it was either me or her. So he needed to stop talking to her. So he ends up texting her and telling her, "Hey, I'm going to keep my relationship a dream. She told me I can't talk to you, boom, whatever." So, of course, I'm like, okay, great. She's gone.
So he told the girl right there in front of both of them, "Hey, I'm going to stick with my main girl. You can't be talking to me like that no more," in front of her. And she's accepting this, guys. Look, I'm going to stop right now. And I'm going to go big. He told you what he was doing. He put on the whole show in front of you. You stayed anyway. Twice now. 2 times. Yes, she did.
I ain't got to worry about her. But apparently, guys, that was a lie. He texted some other friend and changed the name in the phone and screenshotted it and sent it to me and making it seem like she went off on him and just completely blocked him. And in my mind, I'm thinking, why would a friend block you like that if, y'all didn't have nothing going on, right? So I'm just like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. I ain't think nothing of it no more. I just said, we're good. So now fast forward to November of 2024. And she messages me on Snapchat because his dumb ass made a mistake and put us in a group chat together and didn't know because he was texting both of us at the same fucking time.
Did he put y'all in a group chat or did you go through his phone and put y'all in a group chat? Because I'm really starting to doubt some of the validity of this story. We're going to let it ride, though. We're going to let it ride.
And so she remembered, and I remembered, but she messaged me and was like, "Hey, I think it's time that we talk about Julius." And I thought she was coming at me on some, me and him are friends, and you need to understand that I don't have anything with him. No, baby, she was coming with receipts. She was coming with, me and him have been together this whole time. He's been coming and staying at my house when he says he's at his best friend's house. And I was like, girl, whatever, I don't believe that. She starts sending pictures. He was down there this past weekend, y'all, at this trail ride, and they took a picture together, fucking kissing at her house. And she took multiple pictures. So I asked him about it. I said, "Bro, I'm about to fucking, what the fuck is this?" And he was like, "Oh, that's an old picture. That's not even recent." I was like, "So you've been cutting your hair like this back then? Because when I met you, you had a buzz cut. So that's crazy." And then I'm looking at her and I'm like, she had a kid, and like she was tiny. She's not like she didn't get big or nothing, but you can tell a woman that's had a baby, and like she had a baby. And she developed her woman body, if that makes sense. And so I can tell that. And then she had twists. And I'm like, bro, I looking at her pages and I'm like, this is the same dress that she had on that she sent me. You're in the same fucking picture in the same fucking hallway. And he's over here denying.
Look, shout out to Souls of Thought in the chat because he said exactly what I was thinking. She just trying to remove look, tired of being the side chick. It's gonna remove the main chick because he have way more fun with me. That's what she said. That's what she did. And it worked. It worked, souls. Yes, it did. This is a story of manipulation. It's to the nth degree. This is a good manipulation story. It's a good manipulation story. And it's not even coming from the guy. It's not even coming from the guy.
Denying, y'all. I'm talking about would not let the fuck up. So then I said, if I find out this shit is the fucking truth, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for you. So then,
wait, she said, if I find out this is the truth, yes, she just saw pictures of him with his current hairstyle and not his old hairstyle that when she met him a year and a half ago. She saw pictures. This girl that had a baby, they kissing, he having a great time, they having a real good time. And okay, I'm not an advocate for cheaters. What tier of lying is right, souls? Right. What? Why not just leave? Where's Classic? Somebody please find Classic for me. This is tailor-made for Classic reactions. This is tailor-made for Classic reactions, y'all. If y'all don't know Classic in the Classic codes, we saw a little bit of him a little bit earlier. Y'all go check out his page. Go check out Souls of Thought. Go check out Soft Rain on the No Middleman podcast and both of their individual profiles. You can find them both that way. Retired No Filter on Instagram for Souls of Thought. Because let me tell you right now, y'all know what's up. Y'all already caught this. What tier of lying is this? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. How about this? I'm going to propose that maybe she was not the main chick. Maybe the other girl was always the main chick and always knew that she was the main chick. Maybe. But there is definitely something off about this story that we're watching right now. Oh, yes, he would. Too bad he ain't in here right now, because we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep listening to this dribble.
She ends up, we going back and forth, but I told him, you know what? Maybe she just bitter. You know what I'm saying? Now, I said all this before I got all like the other pictures, but I was like, maybe she just bitter. So I'm gonna just cuss her out. But in my mind, I know I'm gonna cuss her out. Let her.
Why you always being so mean? Why you always being so vulgar? You're not being soft at all. Okay. Notice what y'all haven't heard one time. She talked about all the fun stuff that he did with the other girl. When has she ever talked about them having a good time? I think she enjoyed. She probably do. But when has she talked about her and the man having a good time? It don't sound like she's his piece. Not to me. A piece maybe, but not his piece.
That's me. I let him think that I'm mad at her, and he's like nothing. I'm not suspicious at all, right? So I get off the phone with him because he's in the background.
Y'all saw that? I know y'all saw that, right? That little only psychos do that. Allegedly. Only psychos do that. Again, that's why he stepped out. I don't think he had any fun with this girl.
And she's like, not him in the background trying to defend himself. And so I immediately messaged her back, say, look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cuss you out. I only did that so he would think that I was mad at you and that I was on his side. But we need to get to the bottom of this shit. And so me and her both just going back and forth, trading stories, filling in blanks. She telling me how he told her me and him not even together no more. I'm an ex. When he comes down here, he only comes down here to work and he stays with his friend's house. His friend that he was bringing to my house to help him build patrol cars, that motherfucker knew, and he was going to her house too. His mama knew, his daddy knew, everybody knew that he had 2 motherfucking girlfriends. And when I asked him, why would you do this? What was I?
Hold on. Am I missing something? She knew too for over a year. She knew too. Look, Sovereign, you was doing so good today, and then you said this. Sovereign, why is it always you? You still cool though. He wasn't doing no manipulating. He told her everything. He introduced the 2 girls. Oh, okay, yeah. The women are okay. Sorry, Soft Wayne. I owe you an apology. See, when I'm wrong, I apologize. When I'm wrong, I apologize. We not misogynists. Misogynists. We're not. We were on her side at first, and then we uncovered the lies and the drama and the doctoring of history. This is revisionist history 101, y'all. She is blaming somebody for something that she willingly chose to stay in. See, I had support for you until you willingly chose to stay. When I see something I don't like, I've said it before, I leave. And I've been left when they just saw something they didn't like. And I didn't put up no fight, because who am I to tell you what you should stay and endure? Just find another one. All things allegedly for content creation purposes and the edutainment of this space that we live in. The Tez Down Podcast, where we run down everything from sports culture, life. It's all unscripted, all unfiltered. Y'all like the tagline. I do. I'm going to use it a lot more often, so get used to it.
I'm not giving you. He gonna sit in my face and tell me, well, she was allowing me to be a dad because she already has a daughter, and because she liked to take trips. Oh, mind you, speaking of trips.
Oh, he wants to have fun. He wants to have fun in his relationship. He wants to have fun in his relationship. The man doesn't get to have fun. The man doesn't get to enjoy himself. The man, she has a child and I don't have one, and he wants to be a father, and I'm too busy with my career. I'm not discounting what you want. I'm not discounting what you want to do. I'm not discounting your goals. I'm not discounting your ambitions. I'm not doing any of that. But damn it, if you're going to be somebody's girlfriend, be a fun one. We already know you got a crazy mouth, but at least be fun. You don't like to take trips. I guarantee you, when they went to that trip together, the first one they talked about, they argued the entire time, that he decided that she wasn't fun. And yes, he's in the relationship. Maybe there's some benefits to being in a relationship with her. But from her own admission, she's not fun, and the other girl is. And now they're talking about how much fun the other girl is. The other girl is clearly manipulating her, as she has done before, on the phone, talking face-to-face on FaceTime. This is obvious.
Her birthday trip in June of 2024, he was there. He went and told me that was a guy's trip that he was taking to Vegas or whatever. And in reality, they were going up there together. That same weekend, this motherfucker had the nerve to come and bring pizza and feed all my coworkers, and then go right down there and be laid up with her. And it's still lying. That's the crazy thing. It's still lying. So me and her basically have been filling in the blanks, man, of everything that did not make sense. This motherfucker is on her vlog over here, on her birthday trip, Mother's Day,
having all kinds of fun too.
Any of the little trail riding things. He's been in this trail riding group because of her. He told me he joined it because of some guys, some gangs, but he's literally been perpetrating this shit this whole motherfucking time, y'all. He's been having me believe that I was valued and I was appreciated and I was the only one for him, bro. He literally had me motherfucking fooled this whole time. And then he kept wanting to be like, he kept making me feel like I was the one that would cheat, or I was the one that would keep some from him. You know, all that guilty shit, all that I'm doing this, so let me make sure you're not doing the same thing. This motherfucker came and put cameras around my house, put cameras around her house, was tracking both of our locations, like all this crazy ass bullshit just to keep up 2 different relationships. 2 different, and never thought that this shit was gonna get out. Talking about I just didn't know how to leave. I didn't know what to do, which is straight bullshit, because I have.
Why are you still listening to him. 4 years? 4 years. Why are you still listening to this man after 4 years? Woo! I'm telling y'all right now, I think she wanted this to happen. I think she wanted this to happen.
I broken up with him and told him he can.
Hey, before we keep going, hey, chat Q&A, y'all get ready. Chat Q&A is coming up next. Y'all can ask me whatever you want to ask me. Hopefully it's my opinions on some of this.
Get the fuck out and he can go, and so has she. She pushed when she found out that I was around. She was like, you need to go be with Dream. Like, if that's who you want to be with, we be friends, you could just be with Dream. And that's when me and her was like, oh, hey, whatever. But then he went to her and lied and told her that me and him broke up and we weren't together. And like I said, for the ones that say, oh, no, I don't think Julius would do this, here is the recording.
You knew this when getting in this relationship with me.
Oh, we're about to find out. We're about to find out how she actually talks to this man and what he said back. So our final judgment on this is going to end after this. We want to see how this conversation worked out.
How hard I can get when I'm hurt, when I'm betrayed, when I'm lied to.
I didn't mean to betray you or hurt you. That wasn't my intention.
Whoa, you sound like Michael Jackson.
Wasn't my intention, Gary.
So what was it, Julius?
That wasn't my intention.
When did it start?
He sounds like Michael Jackson. He sounds like Michael Jackson. I can hear him right now. I can hear the song starting up. My life will never be the. That's all I can give y'all because that song is copyrighted, and I'm not about to get copyright stritten over a Michael Jackson song. Sony, I don't want no beef.
When did everything start?
Yeah.
April 8th, 2021.
April 8th, 2021.
April 8th.
April 8th.
Creekside.
Creekside.
Look me up and down.
Look me up and down.
Start flirting with him. Start talking to him.
Started a conversation.
Yeah.
And it just went from there.
It did.
It did.
It's supposed to be just conversation. Took it and fucking ran with it. And didn't stop.
Didn't stop. I kept doing it.
So when did you actually tell her about me?
She found out on her own.
She found out about you,
That
baby.
mean you were dating?
She found out on her own.
Was we dating?
And then you tried to get us to be friends. So you had sex with her before she found out?
Yes.
Sure enough, did.
Good to know.
Good to know. That don't sound
I
like
wasn't even
nothing.
gonna do this, but you know what? Might as well. The mother.
That don't sound like nothing what she was originally talking about. That conversation, the way that went. The way that went, that didn't sound like the conversation that she said they had. What's the verdict? What's the verdict, chat? What do y'all think? Let me know. Yeah, I did it. It was fun. Yeah, I knew her already. We had a good time together. We was touching and kissing. That's what we was doing. All right. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what I think. I feel like he told her multiple times that he had more than one girlfriend. Oh, he has to. He has to. The way that he's traveling, the place that he's going, the things that he's involved in, a riding club. Riding horses ain't cheap if you don't own one. I mean, like, even on the beach in Costa Rica, riding horses is gonna cost you $50, American USD, greenbacks. You know, it's not cheap. None of that's just cheap. You know what I mean? He has money. She wants some of it. The other girl obviously knows her place. I hate to say it that way, but we're being realistic on this show. She don't want to lose out on that. And then what happened to all that loud talking that you said that you was doing? All that MF and in his face and N-word this and ninja that. And what happened to all of that? Oh, okay. That's what you were doing? Yeah, you were having sex with another girl? Yeah. All right. When did you meet her? September 2021? Well, you met me in July. So when you sleep at her house? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. You don't care? You don't care? No, he don't care. He told y'all what it was. The other girl knew what it was too. She just didn't care. She knew she's the fun one. He knows that she's the fun one. This is not the fun one. All right. It's that time of day. Time for chat Q&A. What y'all got for me? Let me tell me something. Tell me something. Somebody, what's the question, y'all? Hit me up. I need to know. What's the question of the day? Give y'all a couple of seconds. Let these questions pile in. Soft Rain said, Soft Rain, that one won't show up on mine. That one don't show up. I can't even post that, Soft Rain. I don't know why. I don't know why. I can't. It won't let me show it. She said, generally speaking, women say if the eggplant is good too, then they're gonna stay, right? Do I think women are gonna stay? If is that your question? Do I think that women are going to stay if are women going to stay simply because of that? Do I think so? I think that's not a question for me to actually answer. Would they stay for that? Or would they stay for this? I'm not a woman. I'm not very feminine at all. So I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't know. I can't tell you from experience either. So yeah, I'm not usually, especially in my adult life, I'm not usually the one that worries about who's staying and who's not. She said, what's the men's POV on why women stay but complain about them stepping out? I mean, it's for me, I would say, if I was going to answer that question, I'll put it back up there. What's the men's POV on why women stay but complain about stepping out? If you're going to ask me that, I'd answer because she wants control, and she doesn't have it. She doesn't have control over him. She doesn't have control of the situation. She doesn't have control over anything other than, her attitude, and apparently she doesn't have control over that either. I would say that they stay because they know what quality that he is, and that quality is hard to find. And that could be a multitude of things. It could be what Souza said. He has money. It could be what you have said. If it's good, I think it could be a mixture of both. His status, his respectability is high. She looks better for being with someone like him. If she is in a circle that's extremely shallow, it could be he's very attractive and, good looking, so to say, not just attractive, but good looking conventionally. And a lot of people admire him, and she looks better when she's next to him. Those are all factors that I could see someone staying for. But I think it ultimately comes down to she doesn't have control, and that's why she complains. If she had control of the situation, she probably would complain a lot less. If she had control over him, she probably would complain about something else. So at the end of the day, you can't tell me that she's not going to complain. We watch 10 minutes of her and she complains. She complains about not being fun, her man not liking her, another girl being able to get his attention, and all the stuff that in between. So, I mean, I hope I did a good job of giving a little bit of perspective on it. I can't say that that's not even a deep answer, to be honest. It doesn't really even need to be deep. He wanted to have fun with somebody else, and that's what he did. She didn't want him to have fun with somebody else. Sound like she didn't want him to have fun at all. I think it's the same situation with, average couples, where every time that she hears the PlayStation sound, she loses it. You know what I'm saying? She hears this come out, and she gonna have a problem with it. It's just because he's having a good time. She don't want him to have a good time. She doesn't want to facilitate his good time. She doesn't want to be a part of his good time. I don't know. I feel this is a personal statement that I'll give you. I have personally felt like in my life that there are a multitude of women who get upset when they aren't personally providing the fun for the men that they're with, the entertainment for the men that they're with, or that his attention isn't 100% on her 100% of the time. That's the drama aspect of it. I mean, if you think I'm wrong, you can drop it in the comments real quick. I'll give y'all a hot minute before, I inevitably bounce up out of here and take care of my health a little bit before I, shuffle off to the old moneymaker on this fine Tuesday night. No, nothing. All right, so let's get this rundown going. 10 seconds or less, right? All right, 10 seconds or less, and go. On today's episode, we checked in with the Chicago Bears, the Chicago Bears front office, and their plans to move the team. We also checked in a bit on the Brittany Renner situation and the notorious Andy Tate. We did check in on that situation. There was no reply. We didn't watch anything else from there, so we don't even know. We think that the Bears are trash. They're cheeks. They're butt. Booty, as some people would say, and they're probably only going to either get a lot better or get a lot worse. It's early season. The Taylors too. The Buccaneers won their game. I'm happy about that, and so did the Chargers. So I guess you could say that it was a good week of football. We moved on to the random of the day and the code language, or the classic codes, code language. We cracked one of those codes today, subdued, and we moved on to the random video of the day, which is about a woman who allowed cheating for 4 years. So the thought says, I think they stay to win and only to then leave him. And I can agree that happens all the time. I've watched this play out, in front of me, not myself personally, because like I said, if there's sharks in the water, I'm out the water. I'm back on the beach where the sand is, the golden brown, and sometimes black, depending on where you're at, sand that's plentiful on the beach. So much of it. But yeah, I think they stay to win and then to leave them. A lot of times you'll see them, they'll come in and they'll fight with the other girl and they win, and the guy chooses them, and then they leave him a couple of weeks later, cheat on him with his best friend, brother, cousin, uncle, sometimes their dad. We've seen it. It happens. I was going to play a story about that earlier, but it's like, I was trying to stay away from that. And somehow we got right back to people cheating on each other. And I just got to say, stop caring. Stop caring, Karen. Stop caring, Karen. You ain't want to make a 10-minute video about somebody cheating on you, only for somebody like me to come down and break it down and show people what really happened. What really happened is you knew 6 months in that this was going on. You chose to stay for 4 years, thinking you could control a man that was obviously uncontrollable. And that's just my lesson. Stop trying to control people that you can't control, men and women, both of y'all. Ain't no misogynist here. Y'all go check out the wonderful show that they had on the No Middleman podcast last night. I caught the replay today. It was good. A lot of breakdown on sports, a lot of breakdown on the Bills and the Ravens, people's opinions. And we had Uncle Plug TV in there, Conversation with Soft Rain. We had Souls of Thought on the No Middleman podcast. Check out the classic codes again today. He's live every single day, y'all. Should be coming on next. Usually we do it in the block. Y'all gonna see me, y'all gonna see Classic, and then y'all gonna see the No Middleman podcast and the entire panel. I'm waiting for one of the specialty panels to come up. I want to be able to grill their panel, even if I'm not on it, and I have a good time doing that. This has been 24. Yes, it has. This is another 24 with 24, and I will see y'all in another 24. Thank y'all for showing up today.